warrior and his paladin remaining, while Chakki is going to have the hunter, the druid, and the paladin remaining. And when we do get to the finals, it is going to be best of 7.
Yeah, something else to note is that all 4 of these players are in the money right now, too. This is going to be a prize pool of course, £1,000. It's £500 to first, £250 to second, and then £125 to third and fourth place. And for those of you who are too lazy to go to Google and do the conversions for yourself, that's about $780 to first, about $390 to second, and about $195 to third and fourth. So right away, 3 zombie chows is what we're seeing on the board. Well met's being thrown back and forth. It seems like Azael has having a little bit of issues with Skype at the moment, so we're going to get him connected back as soon as we can. And in the meantime, yep, he's back right now. As soon as I said that, he heard me say that, and that's why he jumped back on his computer. He was busy doing cartwheels in the backyard real quick. He's got to get his exercise.
Yeah, exactly, man. Cartwheels in the cold might not be the best idea, but yeah, definitely should be a good one and pretty explosive start already. I mean, jeez.
You know, I wish cartwheels were like the accepted form of travel everywhere. Like if everyone just everyone cartwheeled everywhere.
By cartwheel is because you're worried about social acceptance.
Yeah, for me personally, anyway. You know, a lot of people they look at my physique and they're like, "Admirable can't do cartwheels." You're wrong. I cartwheel everywhere, especially when I'm at the gym. Like if I got to go to the squat rack, cartwheel straight there.
Yeah, same.
Let him know I mean business. That guy who's doing bicep curls in there, and I'm like, "Ugh, there's only one here, man. There's a curl rack literally right there."
Just cartwheel right on over to him, man. I definitely can respect that. So.
Hey, buddy, this is a squat rack, all right? I just cartwheeled over here. Give me a break.
Have you ever seen oh god, what is it? We don't need to get into this. I'm going to get way too off topic, but anyway, it is going to be a Peacekeeper after Peacekeeper, and you know, pretty crazy start. I mean, it seems like both players basically have all of their early minions. He's actually going to silence up his own Peacekeeper to be able to continue with this aggression. And the well mets, man, the well mets are just never ending.
Well met.
I was thinking of Bro Science Life. Have you ever seen that?
That's a great channel, by the way.
Yeah, it's actually the only channel I follow on YouTube. It's my only subscription.
Thanks. I'm really glad you follow my channel.
I didn't even know you had a channel.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Jeez, I thought we were friends, man.
Well, today I learned you'll be the second channel I follow.
Consecrate's going to clear out this board, but Bomb Lobber is a pretty good answer to this board position, I would say. He's got a special delivery. He's a little late. Of course, Christmas just happened, but you know, I'd be a little bit disappointed to open it. Like if this was addressed to me, and I was like, you know, Bomb Lobber, I'm not going to open this package. I know what's in here.
You'd be that kid. Just refuse.
Yeah. You take it to like one of those Secret Santa parties, and then like a random person opens it and it explodes in their face.
Yeah, your parents get you a gift a day too late. You just wouldn't accept it. You say, "No, Mom, Christmas is over. You had your chance. You had your chance." Okay, so could be. Well, it's gonna be Muster. And I mean, Muster, and he's got to go for the token, I would imagine. That's kind of just screams that he has Quartermaster to me, but you never know. And honestly, it doesn't really have an answer to it. And you know, he could drop his own Muster, but problem is, man, it's like if you don't have your own, all your minions are going to get cleared up right here.
Yeah, I don't really know if he has an option moving forward, though. I think it's just a matter. Yeah, the way the cards have fell, both of these players have been fighting so aggressively for this board position that it's in favor of Chakki at this point. He's going to get a full value Quartermaster off of this. 4 tokens, getting +3/+3, and I got to believe he's taking out these tokens here. Like you said, he wants to prevent a board position where, you know, an opposing Quartermaster could be a problem. So I don't expect this Haunted Creeper to die this turn. I think he's just going to go straight for face, and suddenly Blackout is on the back foot. He's got a Blood Knight, but that's a little bit late. At this point, certainly wanted that a little bit earlier in the game. My gosh, what a board to be facing now. You know, he's got Lay on Hands. He's not dead in the next 2 turns. He's got Lay on Hands to help him recover, but this is a ton of damage he's going to be taking. And Chakki can actually just shut this out with this Loatheb. this is going to take away the potential for that board position. But he's got to be looking at that Blood Knight and a little bit worried about the amount of pressure it can apply to the counter side of the board. But is he just willing to trade at this point?
Like, I think you are, because I think you take favorable trades and then you just can go face with the rest. It wouldn't surprise me to even see like Sylvanas or something come down here. We'll see if it is going to be, yeah, so that's the answer. So it's going to be Sylvanas coming out, and he's just saying, yeah, sure, have your board. He takes every favorable trade that there was, like all the free trades, and now going forward, it's like, yeah, sure, you have a Blood Knight, great, but look at how much damage he's facing down. It's a tough position.
It certainly is. Lay on Hands didn't find him in equality either, so this is not going to be an easy dealt with board. Chakki picks up Harrison Jones for the 2 charge weapon on his opponent's side of the board. You have your Lay on Hands. I'm going to make a 5/4 and take your weapon and draw 2 cards.
Yeah, not too bad, man. Harrison is such a big swing card in this matchup, and with the lead that Chakki already has, you have to feel he's feeling damn good about his position. But it may just be a True Silver champion coming down here, I guess, to clear this up. We'll decide if he wants to pay that price, and I think that would be. Oh wow. Okay,
so when he doesn't Harrison here and he favors the Lotheb instead, what he's saying is, my opponent just drew 3 cards, and I need to play around the fact that he could have equality in his hand. So this is like the turn where he's looking to apply the most pressure that he possibly can in favor of playing around something like Equality Consecrate.
Yeah, that's certainly fair. Now, is he going to silence up? Yeah, okay, so it is going to be the Sylvanas, and we'll see where these juggles do land. I've definitely gotten a couple good ones so far. He's going to be able to clear up
flying everywhere.
Yeah. Well, he has Consecrate next turn, so he has the potential to start turning this around. And Harrison, it's going to draw 1 card if he plays this turn. Probably going to be the play, I would imagine. We'll see though.
I don't mind him playing the Aldor Peacekeeper in a token here too.
Yeah.
Just his minions healthier, but it looks to me like this is just lethal instead. So I don't.
Wow.
think
yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's just too much damage really on the other side of the board. Lay on Hand's not able to be enough again. Not having Equality Consecrate really early on when this amount of pressure gets applied is how this game's going to end. And that was a quick one.
Trading your minions, it's such a brutal position.
I got to believe that's why Ecop was playing Light Bomb in his priest deck.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think Light Bomb's actually a good answer to it. And it's the same thing as why he was playing Explosive Sheeps. We didn't see if he had Explosive Sheep in this deck, but he certainly did in the last tournament. I think that was really the answer about it.
Yep, certainly something he's keeping in mind. I think it's one of the things that makes Ecop such a strong player is not only his willingness to play those kinds of decks, but also just the fact that he's, in terms of deck building, I think he's really thinking one step ahead of a lot of players, and it's just not coming to fruition for him in the past couple tournaments.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely tough. Sometimes, man, like you said, there is always going to be those bad beats and everything, but you just have to continue to play through it. And ooh, this is gonna be a nice swipe.
Yeah, it's an all right one. It's okay to just kill your opponent's entire board with a swipe. That's all right, I guess. I've seen better.
Have you?
Yep. When your opponent's at 4 and you swipe, that's way better, man.
That's true. That is a pretty incredible swipe. Definitely not what we wanted to see, especially having Quartermaster in hand there, and probably just going to be, I would expect the Spider coming down.
I don't really see many other options here.
Yeah, there really isn't. You don't want to Elder Peacekeeper that or anything. It doesn't really do anything for you.
I'm just going to continue to grow one attack every time.
Exactly.
Always Eldor Peacekeeper, Shades of Naxxramas. That's always the best play, no matter what. What if you could hit it while it's stealthed? Like, what if Eldor Peacekeeper was like a random enemy minion got changed in one attack? God, how much worse would that card be?
That would be pretty terrible. And Eldor Peacekeeper is such a good answer to Spectral Knight. Like, the whole reason you're kind of playing that card is to avoid, these easy spell answers and stuff. And Peacekeeper really just kind of goes right around that. Really is such a strong card.
Yeah, you talk about following rules. Like he's telling you to follow the rules. He's breaking them himself.
I know.
What a jerk.
Not supposed to be able to do that. And the thing is, you can't even silence it off because you can't even target him for a silence. You can't get that attack back. There's no undoing that.
Yeah, you have to keeper the Grove It. You have to break more rules. No one's following rules in this game. It's just chaos.
Yeah. All right, so I wouldn't mind just seeing Sylvanas come out here. I think True Silver is totally fine too.
This is a really tough turn, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, just none of your options are appealing at the moment. Like, he's obviously thinking about Black Knight. I think otherwise, if Black Knight didn't exist, I think this is Slam Sludge Belcher and kind of grin at your opponent. But especially playing against Druid, it's something you have to be thinking about.
Yeah, and second swipe is something that he has to kind of worry about as well. He's playing these tokens. He's going to trade some in. He's going to have a lot of one HP tokens on the board, and those are going to get cleared out by a swipe, unfortunately for him next turn.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate stuff to have to be in. I actually don't know if swipe is going to be the answer here. I certainly think it's a possibility, but you look at something like that Ancient Allure, and this is just, it feels like such a good turn for it. Swipe isn't bad. You are still developing through the swipe. Like, you get to play the Shade and Axaramas down, but
I just think the swipe is just too darn good. How do you feel about prioritizing hitting that versus going face and trading in? I guess he just really wants to keep that 1/2 alive.
Yep, I think the 1/2 is probably better than the extra 3 damage at this point. It's going to continue to challenge every dude that gets made. Your opponent, I still think, is they got to think about using True Silver Champion here. Second Quartermaster gets picked up. And potential for this to put an extra +2/+2 on the board, but that's not an exciting Quartermaster. But even still, it's still pretty decent. I think this is really one of the benefits of this card, is in these kind of grindy matchups. Like, even in a position like this, Quartermaster is still just fine. It's puts 5 power and 8 health more other minions on the board for 7 mana.
Yeah, it's definitely fine.
It's like a War Golem.
Yeah, no, it's true. And like you said, that's a pretty not ideal situation. It can obviously be the huge value ones, but the piloted Sky Golem coming down, definitely nice.
Nicememe.org. Yep.
This is I guess he's just gonna give it a whack and see what comes out first.
Gosh, that's painful. So painful to have to pay 6 health to deal with that guy.
Oh wow, 2/5.
Wow, Blackout's playing a Murloc deck.
What is the special card on that?
It's whenever one of your other Murlocs dies, you draw a card. So it's called Master for Murlocs. It's a 2/5 with Overload. It's a Shaman. That's a Shaman specific card. Black Knight picks up such good value in a position like this. He gives his opponent a 5/3 weapon, but he's got to find a way to race through this. He's down to just 9 HP. He's got 2 Sludge Belchers to sit behind after this, but
and he's worrying about a Savage Roar. He doesn't even need the full combo. Just any part of the combo, and you're pretty dead. So, oof, this is tough. It's got to be a Sludge Belcher, like you said. That's a given. Does he pay the life?
I think you got to start paying life. You have to recover the bonus.
Yeah. Oh man. Now, do you think you take out the Shade then? I think you take out the Shade for sure.
Oh yeah, Shade is by far the more valuable one in this position. Just 2 damage to the face. So sitting behind this Sludge Belcher, but I gotta believe he's got to be uncomfortable at 5 points of health. Dr. Boom is a big threat here too, but my gosh, geez, it's tough to not play Ancient Allure.
Yeah, I know, but I just feel like Dr. Boom is like, hit the bombs, I dare you. You're at 5 HP. Like, sure, clear my board. Sure, that's fine. Like, you have to deal with that. So it's something that just puts so much extra threat on your opponent. And we'll see what the draw is. This is gonna be a huge. Pilot or Shredder, not gonna do it. It's gotta be. Wow.
I don't know how he actually wins this game at this point. I think he's probably gonna have to. He's gonna have to leave the bombs there and just really hope for the best.
Yeah, another Quartermaster is going to come down. He can take out the 4/2 with that if he wants. What can he actually? How much can he actually clear here? Okay, wow. So he's going to put himself at 3 HP. This is so scary. The fact of the matter is, it's like,
oh gosh, these bomb rolls are going to be so important right now.
Yeah.
I think he's got to clear the bombs.
He's going for them
now.
My
gosh. Okay, that's a good one. It does
ouch.
Damage though.
Let's see. Where's it going to go?
Oh my god. Oh, that's good. Oh, geez. Silence get picked up, and that's
a good game.
Straight away. Dr. Boom, 7 to the dome. Game number 2 is going to go over to Blackout. It's tied up 1-1. What looked like certainly to be worried about what it summons. Sometimes the summon will come back to bite you, but sometimes it's going to summon like a Chillwind Yeti.
Yeah.
Or like like if someone's like a 3-5 taunt or something, you just really throw all your math off. And so, you know, having to navigate through those turns and really fight through them, you hope for the best, but you have to prepare for the worst while you're really making that kind of stance against a card like that. It's just been such a fantastic card.
Certainly, Leok definitely not what he was hoping for there. I think it's fair to say, especially because it's going to be the coin Spectral Knight.
Yeah, definitely wanted Hufferino.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a pretty good start. I mean, he gets a clean Houndmaster turn here if he wants it.
Hmm. Yeah, I kind of just like Houndmaster go face.
Yeah, it's just a lot of power and a lot of damage.
And I mean, that stops like a free trade, you know, next turn. So I think it's the clear best play.
Yep, he uses all of his mana really well, deals a lot of extra damage. Yep. It's just such a good spot for him.
Yeah, already has him down to 20 HP. And I mean, there are obviously answers here. I mean, there's Wrath, there's Swipe. You know, it's not like he can't do anything about it, but it's still, you know, it's very, very strong. You know, and it does set up if he wants to proc his trap with that Mad Scientist. He can obviously proc the trap off of the Spectral Knight as well. So
this is gonna be so much more damage. Goodness gracious.
When he was actually spending all that time thinking about it, it was kind of making me a bit nervous. I was like, is he actually going to pay the life for a draw? Like, oh my god! I was like, no way.
I think he was, you know, kind of weighing his options between the other one. I don't know if I favor Swipe here or Wrath here more. I really don't. It's, you know, it's a really tough spot to be in, I think. Just kind of regardless. So I was just going to take out the Spectral Knight straight away.
This is an easy Lothab. Like I feel like
I believe it's Snake Trap, by the way. If we can take a look at that trap and see exactly what it is. You know, this is the Hunter deck that Chakki is playing. It looks like a pretty straightforward Hunter list, but again, this was 18 cards different than the list that Jab was playing, and Jab was top 25 NA when he was playing that deck.
Oh man, this is brutal. It's like almost like you have to just taunt up here. And oh god, but it's just does not seem appealing. And with that taunt, I almost feel like there could just be the 1 damage unleash. Oh, okay, well, probably not now, but Freezing Trap.
Oh, okay. It's actually Freezing Trap. So that is an addition to this deck that was not in here before. You know, actually, Lothab is an addition to the deck that was not in before as well.
I just lost the video. I'm not sure if you did as well, but we can get that shared back up. There's a time limit. But anyway, we will get that shared back up. But it'll be interesting to see if he actually decides to like roll for a Huffer or something like that. Yeah. I mean, he could decide to roll an Animal Companion and see what he gets, you know, because you can still do. Okay, what did he actually go for there?
Looks like he just went with looks like he went with Houndmaster that turn.
Okay.
And Kill Command. So just, you know, favoring development on the board. I think the 4/3 is fine at this point. You're not looking to get a ton more value out of it just because you have so much pressure on your opponent. That's exact. Wait, is this actually just lethal this turn? Oh my gosh. We just got the feedback, so we were missing it, a little bit of it, but that's going to be lethal this game. Chakki now is going to take a 2-1 lead in this series.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it just seemed like his mana curve was incredible. I mean, he had good plays basically every turn, being able to do, you know, Mad Scientist into your Animal Companion, into being able to buff that up with the Houndmaster, into a Lothab, into another Animal Companion. I mean, it just didn't end. It was really, really strong. So anyway, going to be Warrior coming out here now to face off against this Hunter. And we'll see how this does end up. Definitely a strong early hand. And he actually has, wow.
He picked up the King of Beasts off of website.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
So Big Game Hunter going to come out here just to challenge, you know, the future minions that are going to get played here. Is a pretty good proactive play against something like Animal Companion.
Certainly.
Chakki not a lot of great options here, though. I mean, if you play this Knife Juggler, it is basically just going to get traded with this Big Game Hunter here. So, you know, I would expect him to play it anyway, but, you know, not really thrilled about the situation. So I imagine this is going to be a second Knife Juggler. He wants this point to go to the face, I believe. I don't see a reason for it to go for it to go to the Big Game Hunter.
How do you feel about that? I would have thought that he was going to go with this Spectral Spider, but then I guess if the juggle doesn't hit, then
yeah, I like going with the other Knife Juggler here because you expect it to be traded so often.
He's just going all face, man.
Yeah, so this trap here, he attacked with the Big Game Hunter straight away in anticipation of it being Freezing Trap, and found out it was Snake Trap right off the bat because this trap didn't trigger. So at this point, he's got to figure out a way basically to just try to race his opponent and hope for the best.
Yeah, that would just, I mean, 2 knife jugglers worth of snake trap.
Yep. So in this spot right here, it's like this death bite is gonna trigger after the snake trap potential has happened here. But man, these juggles are so scary. Does he want to use his Iron Beak Owl and take the chance? He's not going to, so he's gonna save it for something like Sludge Belcher and just continue to press damage to the face. And now it's back on Blackout to really make something happen here. Gets Armor Smith, and that is got to be a great one to pick up right now. It's pretty much just a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, certainly. So he is going to be able to trigger that snake trap and clear things up. But we'll see, because you can actually lose it to that. Oh. Yeah, so it doesn't actually attack now. It doesn't actually count for the attack. It dies before it attacks. Yeah, it's one of the interactions that's kind of funny, because it's like you tell it to attack, but then the juggles actually all go off before it actually takes it. Yeah, so it's pretty brutal.
2 juggles to Armor Smith as well.
Oh my god, man. 6 juggles there.
You know, he can shield slam this Haunted Creeper, but, you know, he's going to give his opponent more juggles in the meantime, so I think he's just going to leave this Haunted Creeper on board. That's exactly what he's going to do. But gosh, he's falling so far behind in the amount of answers that he's going to have moving forward. This Death Bite's got to take out this Knife Juggler. He's got to sweep these tokens off the board before they deal too much damage, but now his Armor Smith's down to 1, so it's going to get taken out straight away by this Haunted Creeper. You know, he's at 20 life. And he's got Sylvanas, Fiery Warax, Execute, but look on the other side of the board. Chakki's got King of Beasts, Animal Companion, Savannah Highmane, and he picks up a Web Spinner. Just, I mean, I gotta believe that Chakki's got an advantage here.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, it's been looking really good, man. He's just gonna drop the King of Beasts. So, wow, actually just gonna drop the King of Beasts and go face. That's
I don't know if I really like that.
I don't like that at all, because I mean, it's like you could potentially get a lot of armor, you know, from that still.
Yep. He actually would be able to take out this Sylvanas this turn, too, and leave his opponent with a 3-1 on board. But he's just going to favor face damage, rolls a Huffer, and this is going to be a lot of damage coming across on the board. Sylvanas, oh, he's got the Owl for Sylvanas, excuse me. I actually just completely blanked and forgot that was in his hand, but this is a ton of pressure now. I got him
8 damage. He's going to take out that now. So he's going to take out the armor set now, and just everything going face. And he, you know, that kind of means he's going to need an additional damage. He obviously has the answers to get through that King of Beasts. Oh wow! Are you kidding me?
A swing in the board position. He needed Brawl or Barongeddon to recover it, and now he's sitting at 11 HP, but he's got a 7-5 on the board. Chakki gets King Mukla from his Web Spinner. He's got Savannah Highmane to redevelop this turn, even an Undertaker to sit behind it, but I mean, he has to be worried about the amount of pressure that Blackout can apply at this point.
Certainly does. Whoa, why not play Undertaker?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think that's a mistake, man.
He just forgot that the Death Rattle, that Savannah Highmane had Death Rattle. I literally believe that. And look at this. It's going to get executed off of a Cruel Taskmaster. Fiery Warax is going to go to the Dome, and suddenly Blackout is in a commanding position to take control of this game and end it next turn. Chakki needs to be able to deal with this Barongeddon. He's fallen down to just 8.
He needs kill command.
Yeah, he's got to have kill command. I don't know. Maybe you can drop him a game winner. Houndmaster can help keep him alive.
Yeah, I can Mukla Houndmaster if he wants.
Houndmaster's just big game hunter in Blackout's hand.
Oh man.
Wow, and just like that, the game is going to end. Barongeddon has taken complete control of this game, and Blackout is going to tie this series at 2-2.
Wow, what a turn, man. The Barongeddon coming down was just off the top. Turn 7, Barongeddon completely swings around the game. Like, it was so far in the favor of Chakki before that. I mean, it looked like he had it in the bag.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Practice they actually did with each other in preparation for a tournament like this, but you know, I gotta believe that looking at the way these lists are lining up and how quickly these players are playing, that there was some practice that went into it between these two. I mean, a lot of best of 5s had been run. They're just playing so fast.
Yeah, certainly they are going really fast, and as a spectator, I love it, man. I think it's exciting.
You want Nozdormu tournaments?
Oh yeah, man. I would watch the shit out of a Nozdormu tournament. I would love it, man. I would love every minute of it. So he is gonna drop. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. He's gonna drop the big game hunter, which, you know, totally reasonable. But unfortunately, this is a great answer to it. And you have to remember, There are a lot of Dr. Booms in the Druid decks, and I guess he's just really just favoring, controlling the board, and it's something that you really have to be actively fighting for board control against Druids all the time.
I think he wanted this keeper to get played here because there's two things that are happening. Number one, it's not silencing something later on. It's kind of underdeveloping his board when he uses keeper, and I think that Chakki, of course, is thinking about that when he uses keeper. Is this Harrison Jones that's in his hand?
I think he innervates a Shade. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I think so for sure. It would just with the way this hand is developed. But Blackout, I like playing the big game hunter because it sets him up on the Death Spite, and then he has the Acolyte for the Whirlwind effect. So, he doesn't get it this game because of Harrison Jones. But I think this is a pretty fantastic. I think it was a really good play from him to have the foresight to have that kind of setup.
No, I agree. And I mean, it's something you just always have to do. It's like, even if it's not ideal, you have to fight for the board against Druid. If you let them get too much control, set themselves up. If they have multiple minions already down on the board, I mean, all of a sudden, they don't even need Force Nature anymore. They just need Savage Roar. So it's like, this is not something you can really deal with. And I could see the value of the Spectral Knight here, but it's going to be Ancient Allure. And we'll see. Force of Nature picked up. No Savage Roar, but still, look at that hand. I mean, look at the power he has going forward. 2 Spectral Knights, 2 Druid of the Claws, plus he has, a lot of other answers as well. I mean, he's got his swipe out there. It's looking pretty darn good.
I definitely, I think a prime position, having all the threats available to you is one of the ways that you can beat this deck. Is just, they try to fight against everything you throw at them, and you continue to throw 4 power minions on the board. And eventually they just run out of gas. They're forced into a position where they have to race against you at some point. And racing against a Druid in the later stages of the game is so scary to be doing because you're always worried about Force Nature Savage Roar, especially when they have something like 5+ cards in their hand.
I think you just draw again because I mean it's not like you can play 2 minions here anyway. Your hero power really isn't that big of a deal this turn. I just like drawing.
Yep, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, sure, you can play Spectral Knight or whatever. There's the combo, and he has the next turn. And so, I mean, he actually has lethal if this doesn't get cleared.
Yeah, I imagine it's going
some stuff's gonna get cleared for sure. Yep. I mean, yeah.
This is not a clean turn though. I mean, Shield Block is basically a dead card at the moment. He's gonna have to go with Dr. Boom. Has to play Dr. Boom into the threat of something.
Do you think you just do it anyway? Do you think you just? No, I mean, I guess he shouldn't. No.
Well, now that he's drawn Wrath, he certainly is gonna have a different play in mind. I mean, this is probably going to be 5 damage to face, swipe on Dr. Boom, and then follow that up with Wrath. But
yeah, that's what I would think. Let's see. Okay, Druid of the Claw. Wow, wow, he's just going all in, man. He's just going for it.
He's not even clearing the Dr. Boom. He's just going straight for face right now. Blackout's going to take 9 damage, and I believe that drops him to 20 life. What a draw! And the Shield Maiden is going to activate his Shield Slam.
Oh, jeez. That's so brutal, yeah, and he is going to be able to clean that up. We'll see. The bombs are still very key. Where will the bombs land? We're going to find out. Oh, no, a 2-1 is pretty terrible there. Is this going to clear? Oh, my God, are you kidding?
Wow!
Oh, that is brutal.
In line for Chakki. This might have been a really big misstep to not respect this Dr. Boom being on the board. And
well, he still does have Wrath. He can Wrath swipe. He can clear this up.
Gosh, that's so brutal, though.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we've talked about over and over again is how Druid wants to continue to develop the board if it's going to clear, but it doesn't look to me like he's option this turn.
Well, there are. I mean, you could. I think you can also just swipe the Dr. Boom and play a Spectral Knight.
Yeah, I think this is his best course of action, but
yeah.
Again, he fell so far behind by taking that risk. I'm not sure it was necessary.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was either. He had a damn good hand. But at the same time, we could be watching, in an alternate world where he does do that, and just saying to ourselves, "Oh man, like he really should have gone for it." Wow, he's actually going to kill his axe off before the Death Rattle clears up and get a draw. Interesting. But yeah, because I mean, the bombs could have landed horribly either way. You know what I mean? And if he traded and the bombs just straight up killed his minions, it would be looking pretty bad too.
Yep. Still a handful of gas though, like you said.
Especially Dr. Boom as well.
I imagine he's got to go double 5 drop here, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, he's going to charge straight away. And I believe that this has got to take out the Acolyte, I think. Oh, he's going to shred the armor instead. So no Shield Slam available either. Baron Geddon gets picked up. I think he's going to have to just, kind of take the damage here. Oh, he's not going to. So he's going to take 4 more damage from this. Wow, I think this is actually just going to do it.
Wow.
He's gonna whirlwind to make sure he can take out this this Spectral Knight. Whoa, he's not gonna whirlwind to take it out.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna use his life total instead. So he's down to just 16. Chakki
still alive.
Really got his opponent on the ropes right now, but you know, facing down this board position, are you comfortable just developing? Like, is he going to use Keeper the Grove here, or is he just going to use this Dr. Boom? I think both of these options are totally fine.
I feel like you Dr. Boom, armor up, and just go face, man. I think it's the play. I mean, when you're looking, is there really any way you can get killed? The worst possible situation is he Alex draws it, like as far as damage wise, is he Alex draws you and then has 13 damage.
Yep.
Right?
Even if he has inner rage, it doesn't have enough.
Yeah, so you can't actually die. And if you play the Dr. Boom and he doesn't clear the Dr. Boom, he's dead 100% next turn. So I think Dr. Boom, when you think of options that your opponent has, is the best play. Because you can put yourself at 24 HP, the most your opponent can do, or 23 and an armor, you know? So he can put you to 15, he can do 13 damage after that, and so you'd be at 3, but that would mean he didn't clear your Dr. Boom, and you just combo, he's dead. So I think when you think through the options, 100% Dr. Boom is the best. Wow.
You know, I don't mind this either, because this is just going to put a minion on the board. It's going to clear out this Gromish, and you're still going to get 2 damage on face.
Bad. I guess he has another. He has another. He's double combo. Never mind.
It's definitely isn't. Yeah, it's definitely not bad.
It's fine. No, it's fine. I still think Dr. Boom is certainly the better play. Like I don't think. I 100% think Dr. Boom is the best play. Because just thinking through it, it's like, you know, what way is there really to even not win next turn if Dr. Boom gets played? I don't know. I mean, I guess Big Game Hunter is a concern, but no, it's not, because he played it right at the start. He's not gonna play double Big Game Hunter.
Well, we said that, and then we saw 6-0 playing 2 Big Game Hunters.
That's true, but it's like, you know, extremely rare. Well, anyway, he's definitely in a good position still. So we'll have to see how this does turn out going forward. Let's see what he can pick up. Black Knight, wow. Oh
I don't think there was a single draw in the deck that was better than Black Knight right here.
There's not a single draw in the game that's better than Black Knight right here.
Wow.
That's ouch.
Real stuff. What a draw. And with that single draw, Blackout is on the back foot once again, even after this huge recovery position he's been in. Gosh, he's forced to just shield slam to clear this Black Knight out. Sylvanas is going to get developed, so he's still at 16, which is outside of combo range, but gosh, I mean, it's just, he's got the reload afterwards with Dr. Boom.
Yeah, oh, and double combo.
Now even an Innervate can be 22 points of damage.
Yeah, certainly.
I think one of the questions here is are you favoring the potential of drawing a card or just the 1 extra damage? You want to pick up Savage Roar and Innervates an out like that? Or it Innervates another way to kill your opponent?
Yeah. Yeah, it's only something to think about. That's a hard decision, I think.
Blackout needs something like Big Game Hunter.
Oh my god, he does have to. Wow.
I still don't know if this is enough though, because he's got to clear the boombots out.
Yeah. Well, it depends where they land.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not better play than that. So, I mean, you could try to steal it, I suppose. Let's see where it lands.
Oh, the face. Well, that actually seals this game up. Chakki has no way to lose this game unless he completely misses the fact that Force Nature Savage is 14 damage.
It's like literally the easiest combo in the game to do.
Disconnect, Earthquake, Tsunami. Yeah. One of these things is going to happen. And I think even in this position, if it disconnected that Blackout, it would just be sportsman enough to give him the win. I mean, I got to believe that would be the situation here. Your opponent's just, I mean, they have it in hand. Everyone sees it. And that's going to do it. Chakki knows that he's going to be the winner of this match, 3 games to 2, and seal himself a spot for the grand finals.
Yeah, big congratulations to Chakki. Going to be doing it. And he is going to be able to finish him off right here. 14 damage comes crashing in, and that is going to be that. So Blackout will be eliminated here, but a good run for him. And as you said, we have our first grand finalist. Congratulations.